Hello, welcome to Mindset Monday. I'm Kristine, and I'm so glad that you're here today. I hope you're having a happy Monday. It is July 12th, and I know we're in the middle of summer fun, so I hope that you are taking time to enjoy your summer, to take a little time off, to get out in nature, maybe take a little trip. I know I was talking with some girlfriends the other night, and one said, people are just out there vacationing with a vengeance right now, right? After this last year of being quarantined, I think so many of us are really wanting to have the experiences that we missed out on last year, right? And being able to travel and to see family and to explore the country or explore our world. And we need to honor that, right? And take that time. So if you're here and you are watching live, please let us know. Hi, happy Monday. Just type a live in the comments. If you're watching the replay, please type replay. I love to come back and see who connects with us later. I know that for many of the women in our community, you got life going on. Maybe you're working a full-time job and you have your side business. Maybe you're right in the midst of building this empire, building your company. Maybe you are traveling right now and you're going to come back and watch this another time. But this Mindset Monday is really important to me on several levels. So what I'm going to talk about today is what mindset is and what it isn't, and in particular, what this bro mindset is that we hear and see so much about, and we're going to talk about why it doesn't work for women. And if you're someone who's been hustling and working hard and efforting at your business or your career and feeling like you're still not getting where you want to be, or that you're getting there, but this journey isn't feeling like very much fun, then this is for you. And I'd have to say that there's few women that I talk to these days who don't feel this way. Most of the women entrepreneurs and professionals that I talk to are feeling this underlying stress that I see is directly tied to the bro mindset culture. So another reason that this is really important to me today is that I'm going to be sharing with you some personal stories from my life that relate to this, that aren't always easy for me to share, but I feel that I can't do you the service of being your coach if I don't share with you all of the things, right? I don't want to be the kind of coach that's putting out a false image that I've never made a mistake, or that I haven't done these things myself, or that I haven't struggled with mindset, or I haven't struggled, because I have, because I'm a human being, right? And I've made a lot of mistakes, and I have done things the hard way, and I've done things that hopefully my stories will benefit you. So, hello. Yes, thank you. I'm so right about the bro culture. Man, I'm calling it out, and I'm going to be calling it out more and more and more, because if we don't take a stand against this way of doing mindset, the only thing that we are going to see is more and more women burning out, feeling stressed out, feeling unfulfilled, missing out on their life, missing out on time with their family, missing out on sleep, missing out on their health, missing out on deeper connections in their relationships, missing out on having fun in their work, having joy in their life, being able to play. This bro mindset culture is disastrous for women. And it feels very interesting to me that I am calling it out and railing against it because I used to buy into it so hard. I used to buy into this way of doing mindset for so long that I thought this was what mindset was. So it's very interesting to me to see my change in thinking about this, my feelings about this changing. But I do believe that it's been for the better for me, and I believe it's been for the better of definitely for my health, but also for my relationships and for our community, for you. So what is this bro mindset culture that I'm talking about? It's a culture that believes and espouses that mindset is wanting it more, hustling harder, ignoring your feelings, waking up at 5 a.m. or earlier, reading 52 books a year, feeling the need to work all the time. It's a mindset that tells you you've got to sacrifice now in a big way in order to have success. That glorifies the words hustle and grind and sacrifice. And this is an approach to mindset that I think is not really what mindset is. This is a very hyper masculine energy way of just taking action. It's not even really about your mind and how it can work with you and how you can honor yourself. It's just a very hyper masculine energy about taking action no matter what. It's not true mindset transformation. And it's something that we see men and women doing and talking about. So when I call it bro mindset or I say that it's, hyper masculine energy, this doesn't just mean that men are doing this. Women are doing this too. Masculine and feminine energy is found in all of us. We all have both. And for women like me who can really buy into this way of doing things because we naturally have a more action-oriented personality, we can buy into this too. So this hyper masculine energy that's couched as mindset, but is really just sacrificing to take action. This type of mindset approach is really disastrous for women. Because when women apply this take action no matter what approach, they end up feeling like they're never doing enough. You can't give yourself time to rest, or you feel really guilty when you do. You constantly feel like you're not doing your best at work or at home, where we know you have more responsibilities. It's toxic to think that women are supposed to just keep somehow working more, hustling harder, sacrificing more, sleeping less, right? In hopes that one day it all pays off and then you get to enjoy your life. It's really based in the American way of living, which is the future's always better. So sacrifice now to get to better later. So if you like me have bought into this way of hustling and taking action as a way of mindset, it makes sense. It's what our culture's based on. It's the fucking American way. Just keep working at it. Just keep, working harder. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. It's this really patriarchal idea that you as a woman are supposed to work harder, just as hard or harder than men to get the success that you want. And that somehow, if you don't have the success that you want, that it's your fault. You must not want it enough. You must not be waking up early enough. You must not be making enough phone calls. You must not be hustling hard enough. It's a way of doing mindset that I think really kind of blames and shames people into just taking more action, even if that means they're sacrificing their health, they're sacrificing their marriages, they're sacrificing time with their kids. But we as women know that we don't have the same 24 hours a day that men have. Especially if you're a mom, and especially if you're a single mom. Because there are other people in your life who want and need your attention. Women take on what we call the second shift in such a greater number and to a degree that men just don't. Women are, because we live in a patriarchal society and we've been conditioned to be this way, women are the ones who are at home thinking about the meal planning and the prepping and the grocery list and doing the laundry, getting the kids' schoolwork in, getting them signed up for school, getting them signed up for camps. Women are doing a tremendous amount of work mentally and energetically already before they even start building their entrepreneurial business or getting to the next level in their career. We're already doing more. So to keep telling women, do more, do more, do more, is a recipe for disaster. It is so stressful. And then women end up going, what the hell is wrong with me? Why can't I make this work? I'm working hard. Why is it not working for me? Why do I still feel stressed? Why am I so tired? It's because we've all bought into this toxic way of valuing action and at the same time devaluing the necessary feminine energy of rest, of receiving, of self-care, of creativity, of connection and collaboration. It feels very lonely when we go at life like this. And I know because I've been there. When I started my network marketing business 8 or 9 years ago, I remember going to my first live event. And there were maybe 400 people in the room. And there was a stage out front, and these women came out on stage, and they were wearing, really cute dresses, and they all had nice heels, and, they just looked great. And they were up there telling us their titles, right? So you could very easily figure out how much money they were making at the minimum based on their title. So I'm looking at women on this stage who are making, $22,000 a month minimum. And I looked at those women, and at the time I was a Pilates instructor. I owned my own studio. I had a great roster of clientele, but it was a business that if I wasn't in there, teaching class, I wasn't making money. And I love the work I did, but it felt like there wasn't room to scale and grow. So I was looking for a second stream of income to add to my Pilates business. So I started this network marketing business also because I had just been recovering from an injury and kind of seeing like the limitations of my physical body when it came to owning a Pilates business. So I was looking at this network marketing business as a way of supplementing what I was doing with my Pilates business. So I would sell nutritional supplements alongside teaching Pilates. So I come into this room, and these women are on this stage. They're looking amazing. I'm like, in my workout gear, because that's what I lived in at the time, and looking at, what I was making, teaching Pilates and thinking like, well, if you look that way and you sound that way, and it means you make that kind of money, then that's what I want. I want to look like those women. I want to sound like those women. I want to do what those women do, and I want to make the money those women make. And as a 3, it's very easy for me to just craft an image of who I think I'm supposed to be in order to have success. So I started to craft this image. I started to just do what they did, say what they said, act the way they acted. I would try to look the way they looked. It always felt a little bit like I was doing the fake it till you make it, which I thought I was supposed to do. It looking back, it didn't always sit well with me, but I figured if that's the way you make it happen, that's what you do. And what I heard these women say and what I internalized was that the only way to have success at that level was to wake up at 5 a.m. or earlier, that I had to be reading at least a book a month, if not 2 or 3 every month. I needed to be contacting everyone, talking to every person that I met at the airport, on the street, at parties about this business, that there was no time to Netflix, that if you had time to just lay around and watch TV, then you had time to send messages and build a business. I actually heard them say, and I don't have kids, but I heard them say, miss your kids' soccer practices, or if you go to the practice, you should have a list of people you're calling. Like, there was never a time to just be. You should always be working. You should always be on, and either working on your business or working on yourself. And I liked some of the self-development that came out of that. In fact, it was one of the catalysts for me building this business, is that I started to really look at self-development in a little bit different light. I'd done a lot of self-development through my work in a 12-step program and getting sober. So I liked a lot of that aspect of it, but I so bought in to the hustle mindset that in the course of a couple of years, I reached the level that you earn a Mercedes, and the income is pretty good. And then I ended up with a horrible case of insomnia. I was diagnosed with adrenal fatigue. I basically was stressed all the time. I was consistently concerned about if I was doing enough, even though I was always doing. I rarely took weekends off. I pretty much worked 7 days a week. If I did take time off, like if I went on a trip, it was a trip that I earned through that business, and I would bring my laptop and I would have meetings and I would be working most of the time. And not only did I put myself into adrenal fatigue and develop horrible insomnia, I also think that really determined, driven, sacrifice everything now for what will happen later was one of the rifts that eventually caused my divorce. When I was working, I did not want to be interrupted. I felt like work was the most important thing. It needed to take precedence. There was no time to stop. And so when my husband would want to talk to me during the week, or he would come to my home office during the day, I would snap at him. Like, I don't have time for this. I don't have time to talk to you. I'm trying to work. Can't you see I'm working? And I started to project this way of working onto him. And I thought he should have to work like this. He should be working harder. He should be doing more. And it became a really divisive issue between us. And I didn't know how to get out of it. I was so afraid to not work like this. I was so afraid to not hustle all the time that I couldn't imagine that my business would be okay without me working this way and feeling this way. I didn't know how to rest. I didn't know how to take time off. When I did, I would feel guilty. I didn't know how to trust my own intuition or just find support and faith and certainty that things would be okay, even if I didn't, stress myself out so much. And at the same time, I really found that in cultivating this image and in working like this, I thought that I was creating a place where the women on my team would be able to follow in my footsteps and do what I was doing so that they could have the success that I was having. And what I found over and over and over again is that women were like, I don't want to do what you're doing. I don't want to have to work that hard. I don't want to have to sacrifice this much. I don't want to, I remember those days and so grateful for where you are now. Me too. I mean, women would say to me, that's not what I want. And I couldn't understand that. I couldn't understand why they didn't want to hustle the way I was hustling, even though I wasn't happy hustling the way I was hustling. Eventually, the money I was making wasn't worth it. It just wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth sacrificing my health. It wasn't worth losing connection with people on my team because they didn't want to do what I was doing. It wasn't worth ending my marriage. Now that marriage ran its course and that relationship changed structure. My husband and I are now not married to each other, but we are still friends. That relationship just needed to change its label in the way that it works, and it works really well for us now. But that sacrificing and that hustling, it cost me a lot. It cost me a lot. And I kept seeing women saying, I don't want to do it this way. I don't want to have the success that you have if it means I have to sacrifice like this. And that's when I started to question it. I started to question this mentality, this mindset. I started to question these women I was seeing in this industry saying that this was the only way to have success. I started to question, when was I going to be able to enjoy my life? How far did it have to go? How much money did I need to make? How much success did I need to have before I could stop and take a weekend off or go on a vacation without my laptop or spend time with my family and not be thinking about the next email I needed to write? When was that going to happen? Because as far as I could see, when I really got honest about it, and I watched what these people were doing, it wasn't ever going to stop. I never saw them stop. And so I wanted to find a more balanced way of being able to build a business, do work that mattered to me, create, and be able to be healthy and sleep at night and not be stressed all the time. And have a meaningful relationship. And that's when I really started to dive into true mindset work, true personal growth and transformational work. And a big part of that journey for me has been figuring out who I am apart from that image of the successful entrepreneur, right? And it's a lifelong process for me. I think I'll be on this journey forever. What I've noticed is that when I do give myself time to rest, reflect, to play, to connect with people who are important to me, then I get to be more fully myself. I get to enjoy the work that I'm doing. I get to be more creative. I get to have more experiences of connection with my clients that make my heart burst with gratitude. It's finding that balance of the doing, which is important, right? We have to take action, but balancing that with the being, right? Just allowing ourselves to be. And this is one of the components of honoring your energy and balancing being and doing, right? These are two of the components of our path to become a powerful creator, right? When you're able to balance being and doing, then you can take action, but you can also play and connect with people that you love. You can do the work when it's time to do the work, but you can also take the breaks when it's time to take the breaks and not feel guilty about it. And when I started to incorporate this into my life, and like I said, it's a process, right? There's still moments when I'm like, is it enough, right? Is it enough doing? Am I creating the image, right? No. It's a lifelong process. But the more that I journey into the being and honoring my energy and finding that balance and enjoying my life now while I create a space for women to come into where they get to discover this for themselves, then the success is there, right? The success flows from that. It's a very different focus. When you know how to balance that masculine energy of doing with that feminine energy of being, of receiving, of resting, of creativity, right? Now you're creating success on your own terms. You're creating success that's right for you. You're creating both the business and the career and the life that you want. And you're not having to wait. And you're not feeling fatigued and stressed and drained and tired now, waiting for this magical day when you won't feel that way. You get to feel the way you want to feel now and enjoy what you're doing. So I have something I'd like to share with you is this resonating with anyone, by the way? I just want to see in the comments. I think we had a couple of comments of, 100%. Most people don't see it as bro culture because it's been promoted as the standard business culture. Yes. Yeah, as if hustling is just what you have to do to be successful, right? Yeah, is anyone else resonating with this? Is this hustling, sacrificing, stressing, feeling like you're ready to just be effing done with that way of doing business? I'm done with that way of doing business. And the more I tune into my intuition, the more that I get exactly what I need and what my intuition has been telling me and what I've been talking about with my team is how we can support you. How we support you where you are and create the space where you can both take action and be able to rest as you're on your journey of creating whatever you want in your life, in your business. Oh, I'm so glad this resonates with you. Yeah, I couldn't keep up with it. I felt so guilty and inadequate for years. It's so refreshing to hear this. Yeah, I think that is, and it's not just network marketing. It's not just affiliate marketing. It's not just, really, I see this in the product-based businesses. I see this in coaching-based businesses. I see this it's the way that we've been taught business has to be done in this culture. And I'm done. I'm done. I'm not doing it this way. And you don't have to either. So my team and I have been talking about how we support more of you to be able to do this work. And it's, again, tuning into our intuition, what's right for us, how we want to do things. I used to get a lot of advice from the bros that I needed to charge more for our program and make it shorter. Anytime I went to, I was in a coaching program that I don't even know if I could call it a coaching program because I didn't really get great coaching. What I got was consistent advice to charge more and make it shorter. And had I listened to those pros, we wouldn't be able to serve you. It never felt right. We know that true personal growth and internal transformation of your mindset takes time. It takes time. It takes support. It takes community. It takes you being able to expand in your own pace. And that takes some practice. It takes some trial and error. Let's try this on. Let's work this out. Let's let this go. It takes space. And we know that women, due to our patriarchal culture, that second shift work of being responsible for things at home, compounded with a pandemic and this last year of taking on even more responsibility at home, then women are more stressed than they have ever been. I think ever in the history of our modern world. Women are more stressed and pulled thin than they've ever been. And you need a place where you can be heard, supported, and challenged in healthy ways. So you can grow your business or your career. You can take care of your health, and you can deepen your connection in your relationships. So, we are opening up Align and Design Your Life to become a 12-month membership. Instead of a 4-month program, you now have a year to work with us inside our community. You get the path to become a powerful creator framework, so you know exactly where you come in and where you can start focusing your attention and energy to make the biggest shifts in the shortest amount of time. You get our support, you get our coaching, you get our community, and we're making this as affordable for you as we possibly can. So for now, our membership for 12 months is only $297 a month. And this is something that my team and I are very proud to offer to you, because we know that there's never been a time where women have needed more support, more community, and more space to talk about where we are, who we want to be, where we want to go, and have people here to help you do that. So this program is powerful, it's fun, it's collaborative. We really believe that it's the best it's ever been, and we're actually adding more components to it, including bringing on a productivity coach who will be leading us in our Friday weekly calls to help you with 90-day vision setting, monthly planning, even planning out your week and your day so that you're really honoring your own energy and you're not stuck in the hustle. Like we not only take the mindset components of that and help you to shift your perspective and feel differently, but we also help you bring that into like practical, actionable steps so that you are doing less and you are enjoying your life more. So if you are ready for that kind of support, that this is the year that you truly choose what it is that you want for yourself and who you want to be, then we would love to welcome you into the program. This is not meant to be a sales pitch call. This is our Mindset Monday call. This is about getting out of that bro mindset and what that is. I just want you to start to notice where you're feeling that pressure, you're feeling that stress, you're feeling that need to do more, work all the time, can't, let the thought of work go, and just start to notice where that's coming up for you. And if you are someone who's been a part of our community and you are ready to take that next step, then of course our doors are open. We are honored to work with you here in this community and work with you deeper inside our program. So if you're interested in learning more about that, just type a comment in the chat that you can just say, what's the word we want to use? No more hustle. Let's use that as our call to action. If you no longer want to subscribe to this bro mindset BS and you're ready to just really expand into who you truly are, then type no more hustle into the chat and I'll send you a message. We'll just see where you are. All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And I hope this brought you some clarity. I hope that this was helpful for you. And we will see you all next week for Mindset Monday. Karen, our Enneagram head coach and my twin sis, is going to be on Mindset Monday with me as we talk about the Enneagram and how we use that as a powerful tool for personal growth inside our program. Okay. Thank you. Have a great day.